everyone, and welcome to the Team Joystick Heroes podcast. This week it's Chris.
Rebecca.
We've been gone for a little while.
Yeah, we've been sleeping and not doing podcasts and doing music.
Lots of audio.
Lots of audio and lots of, well, for me, video editing, and for you, recording and directing.
Yeah, I finally get to live out my dream of being a director, which was never my dream.
It's been great.
It's been great.
The actors have been terrible. They're very dramatic. They always need water.
But no, the recording of the videos is going pretty good.
It's been fun. It
has been. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we enjoy ourselves while we do it. It's not like, okay, now we need to do this part, we need to do that part. It's very baseline, like, enjoyable.
Yeah, I think it brings some excitement to it because it's like, I feel like everyone's been programming or doing art or marketing, so it's like gives a little bit of fun to the game design.
Yeah, well, the marketing end of things is always an interesting area. I feel like, you look at, I wanted to talk about some crazy viral marketing campaigns some games did.
Yeah.
Do you remember, a little off topic, but do you remember for Dante's Inferno what EA and Visceral Games did?
No.
They hired a group of people to act like Christian fundamentalists who were protesting the game because it had to deal with hell.
Right.
So, they hired a group of people that would come out and stand outside of EA headquarters protesting the game just to bring publicity to it.
Was it like a commercial, or they just
people were reporting on it. They were like, Kotaku and Polygon were reporting saying, that EA, that Christian fundamentalists were protesting EA because they made a game about hell.
That's it's like genius, but also really crazy.
That was like one of the most interesting viral marketing campaigns. I mean,
we could do that for food racing.
Yeah,
except not that.
We can have a bunch of like moms protesting.
Yeah, a bunch. Yeah, and they're just like, we don't like that our name's being used in this game, and that'll be it.
No, but yeah, like marketing is always weird. Like you have to find that baseline. You have to find that area where it's going to work. Granted, we're only game design students, so
yeah,
we're
and we really haven't done a lot of like that kind of stuff. Like we're more just like advertising. Like social media is probably the biggest marketing we have, and then like going to cons.
Yeah, cons, and we just got invited to a con now, New Jersey GamerCon, I think.
New Jersey GamerCon, NJ, I think it is, NJ GamerCon or New Jersey. This means the same thing. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's going to be December 3rd and 4th. It's a Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. It'll
be, 10 to 6, I think, both days. And it's exciting. We just found out about this 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get to another con. I mean, Geek Fest, I didn't even get to go to.
You missed it.
Yeah, I was there for an hour.
Yeah, you can't. It started that last hour. It was just dying, and then it was dead.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Geek Fest runs to what, 5?
Yeah.
5. Yeah. So we'll be there an extra hour. Granted, this is a little smaller than Geek Fest. I think Geek Fest pulled in about 1,000 people or so, a little bit more than 1,000 people.
I think more. I'm not really sure.
We have to talk to Beth Morrison, but yeah, we got a decent amount of exposure. We did the raffles.
Yeah.
We sold some merch. I don't think we sold any copies of the analog game.
Nope. That's the only thing we didn't sell. Everything else went. But the analog game did not.
Yeah, and so we're planning the four of the members of the team are going to be there. Me, you, Fan, and Logan.
Is Nick going?
No, Nick said I don't know if Nick said he was going or not.
Okay.
I think he said he probably wasn't. But hey, that would be good exposure. And since we have 9 feet of space available for us,
I think that we should test the analog game.
Yeah, even if we don't test it, we should have a setup of it.
Oh yeah, at least a setup. I know testing is
it would be so difficult with limited space. You know how big the
and also the game is more for not 2 people.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more like a group of people. So I agree we should have a setup of how it looks, because I think a lot of people don't really know what it is, and I've tried explaining it, and they like the idea because the way I start is you set up your own racetrack, and then the whole point of the game is to dick over the other person.
Exactly.
And people love it, but then they're not really into it because they don't know more about it.
Yeah,
they can't really
see it. Like if they have something they can look at, like the physical cards. And
yeah, like look at what the cards do, and like I was trying to explain like what different cards do, but like I'm really not the best at explaining it because I didn't really work on it. So I was just like, you dick over everyone.
I'll be there, so.
That's what I'm saying. It's good that we have Logan because he's a lead, so he could be there and smile.
Yeah.
It's good that you're there because you worked on the analog game and you worked on music with me, and then Fan because he's programmer. We really should have an artist, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, we have two people from Omega. We have the team lead and we have the programmer. I mean, granted, Adam will always be busy on weekends. I imagine, he's kids and children spawn. And Bushta is Bushta.
Exactly. That's it.
And well, Brandon, we really never know where Brandon's gonna be sometimes.
Yeah, because he's a part of the team, but he's kind of like
he's an extra.
He's like a sidekick.
Yeah, he is a sidekick. The team goes to Heroes.
Oh.
Speaking of sidekicks and everything, we have released a few commercials relating to the game and Kickstarter that we're doing.
Yes, Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter, the whole point, our goal is to reach $1,000, and we would like to build an arcade machine, and the arcade machine will have you can play different game design teams games.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like a tribute to them and like what they worked on, and so like future game design students can come and play the game and be like, okay, this is someone made this, a group of people made this, like this is what it takes to make a game. And our game will be on there as well. Yeah, and it's just final game design. It's game 4, right? Yeah. We're not doing any other game 2.
We're done. We're done after this. I can't believe that. I can't believe we started hopeful game design students in game 1. We were a little crushed in game 2, and then now we've just grown into grizzled.
Now we're just tired
game design students.
My mom was like, oh, your game show. She's like, we'll talk about the game show in a second. The game show, she's like, it's December 16th, and I'm like, this is gonna be our last show. And she's like, oh, really? I'm like, I was in my head, like, of course, like, what do you think? Like, I'm not doing anything else after this. This is the last game show. And it's just, like, weird because we're not gonna, like, next semester, we're not gonna be, like, having to practice our presentation or, like, anything like that, or, like, meeting in this room every Friday.
Having meetings.
Oh my god, it's gonna be nice. I can actually, like, do things and not have to plan around game design. Yeah,
I'll have my actual days off from work. I can enjoy my days off. Because with my days off, how it works is I have Thursdays and Fridays off because I work full time.
Right.
And Thursday we have a meeting, and then I have class later in the day. But I have a chunk of like 5 hours that I don't do anything. So yesterday I just went home, stopped at my local game store, and just bought some stuff. I have to go back there today. Something released for Magic, but
of course.
And then Fridays is class, and then nothing after that. It's just a blank. Done for the day. Relating to that, it's grand, but I want to laze about in bed for the first half of the day.
Right.
On my days off, and I'll get to do that eventually.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, I might have a different job going into next semester though.
That'll be nice.
Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. I have to look into it, see if they still would be willing to hire me. I only took, I only kept with this job and went full time with it because game design class is smack dab in the middle of the day.
Right.
And the job wanted me 5 days a week, during the week from 7 to 3 for work, and I couldn't negotiate.
Right.
So maybe it'll take me in, and then because I want that job because it pays a good amount of money. But that's enough about me.
Next week, you can find out more about.
Next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Goku
goes up to Super Saiyan level.
Again.
I don't know. It feels like every time I learn about Dragon Ball, he's like 80 Super Saiyan levels higher than I remember.
I hear that Dragon Ball Super is. My friend was telling me that it's very like the storyline is very complex.
Really?
And that Gohan is more focusing on like he's more of a he's not a fighter. He's like someone that works with like school. Like he's focusing on like school and I'm like that's awesome because that's what you always wanted to do.
Yeah, he didn't really want to be a fighter, whereas Goten kind of wanted to be a fighter.
Yeah.
Always. And then
Pan. Love Pan.
Pan was awesome. She was great. Do we ever get to see her go Super Saiyan in GT? I don't think so.
I didn't watch GT because I was like, nope, it doesn't make any sense. I'm not about it.
See, I watched GT when I was a kid, and I completely I don't mind GT. To get off topic here, I don't mind GT, even though it wasn't created by Akira Toriyama. Like he didn't have a hand in making it, but he approved it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say it's not canon, it's not this, it's not that. But he did approve it, so I would like to say it is canon, but that's just me. I didn't think it was all that bad. I mean, it could have been worse than it was. Super Saiyan 4 is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, Super Saiyan, I love, any, when they just kept going up from Super Saiyan, and then they had the numbers 2 to 3, and then it's just, cool to see that they get longer hair.
Mm-hmm. And then, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Did you ever play Budokai 3?
Yes. Yes.
You could play as Goku, go Super Saiyan 4, and then you could fusion with Vegeta and become Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
The Budokais were the best.
Yeah, they were. They were some of the most fun games. And you could use Big Bang Kamehameha times 100 as your finisher move and wipe out 8 health bars off your opponent.
And win. That's it.
Yeah, I remember setting, 10 health bars and just going at it with people for just, for fun.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's not a crazy competitive game. It's just fun.
No, it was really fun. I still play it, with my friends and let's play some Budokai.
I got the HD collection. The problem was they changed the music in the HD collection.
Really?
Yeah, there was a licensing problem because they used the music from the show in the original, but there were licensing issues with Toei for the rights and everything, so they had to completely change the music, and it doesn't fit the way it used to.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's no fun though.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the game show.
Yeah, a little bit more about the game show.
The game show. So that is December 16th. Like I said earlier, we will be presenting Cougar Racing, which I'm pretty sure we've talked about Cougar Racing enough for you to know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But just a refresher, it's a 3D racing game based off of the Camden County College campus in Blackwood. And we have how many cars? 9?
9?
I feel like it changes every time I ask, so
Yeah.
I don't really know anymore. We're going to go with 9.
Yeah, we're going to say 9 is the number, and then pray and hope that we're correct.
Or I think it's 10.
Yeah, adding the groundhog, gopher, beaver car, I don't know.
It's the groundhog car. Last Geek Fest we had a raffle where you could design your own car, and Manny from Game 4 last semester. OTG. He won, so he wanted either a groundhog or a motorcycle, and we chose groundhog.
Yeah, because a motorcycle would have been harder to animate. I wanted a groundhog on a motorcycle.
I completely agree. I think that would have been perfect for Cougar Racing. And the reason why he wanted a groundhog is because there's a lot of groundhogs on the campus.
Are they really?
There's a lot. Every time I walk towards Lincoln Hall, there's always 2 or 3.
The card walked in.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he's wearing a suit or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What else do we want to talk about today? Game show. We talked about game show.
Kickstarter, which we don't know what's happening with.
Yeah, we're really. Kickstarters sometimes are a little up in the air on things, and we're at that up in the air point. We don't know where it's going to go.
We did great. We've been promoting it. Craziness.
We made 2 commercials for it. Or no, 1 commercial.
We made 1 commercial for the Kickstarter and then 1 for the game show.
Yeah, and then we made the video for the intro of the Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
It was a little entertaining, little short that we did.
Yeah, check it out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Which the podcast will be on the YouTube channel, so go look at our other videos.
Podcasts that we've uploaded out of order.
That's alright. Thank you for our one listener.
I was that one listener.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm also the source of the one like on it.
Oh, you liked it? I have to go like it now.
I've liked every video.
Really?
Every video that I've watched so far on our channel, except for the previous podcast, which I don't know why I didn't like them. Which is funny, because I listened to all the previous podcasts. I hate the sound of my own voice, but I still listen to them.
I don't ever listen to them, because when I go through editing, I'm like, alright, I'm listening to it now. I don't have to listen to it on the YouTube.
I did once. I was cleaning my house, like, all day, and I was just listening to podcast after podcast and seeing how better we got at it from week to week. That was about the only thing I could, like, handle, like, being like, oh, we improved, in this area, we improved in that area, or not talking over each other as much.
Yeah, no, we've definitely improved, I think. This is going to be good, like, going, like, what we took from game design, like, this program. Like, one thing I could say is just, there's many things, but the one thing is just, like, talking to people. You know what I mean? Like, learning. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but not a lot. No one really knows how to talk to people. You got, eye contact, hand movements,
body language.
We can make a song out of it.
How does we make a little, like, instructional, like, training videos?
Yeah, how to talk to people.
Like,
talk.
Have you ever seen the Wendy's training video?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's this, like, mousy white lady who's, like, doing this rap, and it is so funny.
Is it about Wendy's, or she just
It's
rapping?
Wendy.
Okay.
It's like a safety instructional video for new employees.
Really?
Yeah, but she's, like, rapping out all the instructions. It's so funny. My girlfriend showed it to me a while ago, and I just remembered that.
I love Wendy's. Speaking of Wendy's,
Please support us.
Wendy's, yes. Come to our game show. It'll
All
be
of
great.
Wendy's. Just bring a building.
Are we going to be talking again? You think?
I think probably. I think we should talk about music. I mean, we've improved our musical repertoire, I guess to say. I mean, we've improved, we moved out of relying on the same 3 loops that we did.
Yeah.
We expanded our horizons a little bit. We got a little more comfortable with making different genres of music, not just the same genre, the same, techno-y sounding. We kind of, you made String Cheese, which is my favorite song on the soundtrack.
String Cheese?
String Cheese is my favorite song.
I made an extension to it. It's not as good, though, I don't think.
Was it Who Ate All the String Cheese?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a really well, constructed song.
Thank you. I do love String Cheese is my favorite because I feel like it has a nice beat and I can listen to it more than once. Because some of the songs that I'm going back on now, I'm extending. And when we talk about extending, I'm like a variation. It's not really like we're just making the song longer. It's more just changing it slightly, but still has that same melody.
Yeah. The worst part for me is I made my songs on different versions of GarageBand.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm stuck in a conundrum of, okay, did I use Bush's laptop for this one? Did I use the computer back here? Did I use your laptop? I'm like, oh no, which one did I use? So now I have to, if we get time today, I'm going to try to attempt to bring one of the songs into the GarageBand back here.
Yeah.
And see if I can make it work. If not, I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. You could just try to make a new song.
Yeah.
But that's up to you because I want the audio done by November 1st, but then I keep programming. It's like, oh, you need to have, because we added in honks was a thing that I didn't know if we were doing, and then I think Adam was like, oh, we're going to have honking, and then Bush was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So now we need to make honks, but you did.
Yeah, which was super easy because it was easy. I won't say how, but it was really easy.
Well, that was like my sound effects. I was just like, this sounds like it'll work. I'm just going to use this. This sounds like this fits here. I'm going to use this.
Well, with the sound effects, it's kind of like, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but it's just like, kind of just like what works.
Yeah.
I guess, and I don't know. And for one of the, because we have Like we have a speed boost and what pothole and oil slick.
Mm-hmm.
So for the speed boost, I use like Alyssa's voice of her going like whoa, and then like I added like a little loop in between there, so it's like sounds like she's like excited. I don't know.
Woo! Something like that.
Wee woo, wee woo. Yeah, that could be the sound effect, but it's been fun because it's different.
Something you didn't expect to do coming into the program.
No, not at all. I didn't think I'd be making songs and sound effects and working with audio and editing videos.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was coming in to game 3 and 4. I wasn't going to be Omega Lead because it was Omega Lead and 2.
Right.
And I didn't think that I was going to be doing audio like this. I kind of fell into it. Just I have experience with GarageBand a little bit. I did it a little bit in 2. I worked a little bit on it, and then I just kind of like fell into doing it for 3 and 4. I thought I was going to be so busy working on analog game, and then after the first rocky 2 or 3 weeks of working on the analog game with Cipriani in game 3, we just kind of like fell into working together on it, and eventually got it done. And and then it got done early, and then the expansion this semester got done like week 3.
Yeah.
We finished it week 3. Like we worked out the mechanics, and we just were done with it. And we already have copies of it to sell. We had them since Geek Fest.
Yeah.
So
it's good because I think one of the strengths of our team is we know when to get stuff done. Like we're not procrastinating. We procrastinate a little bit, but that's more like an individual thing. But like team wise, like we ordered everything on time, I believe.
I mean, we got the mugs.
We got the mug. We have mugs now.
Yeah, we have
also.
mugs and T-shirts as add-ons for the Kickstarter. So
go get something.
Go get something if the Kickstarter's open by the time this episode comes out, and if that is not the case, then thank you for supporting the Kickstarter.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
We really do appreciate it. I mean, I have to guilt my family into it now. So, because I mentioned it to them offhandedly, hoping they'd go look at it and support it, but they haven't yet. So, I'm gonna start,
I just annoy constantly. Like, me and Logan are in a competition to see whose like family members or friends donated more, and so far I'm winning because I have 5 people and he has 4. And then there's one person that Adam knows. I was like, oh, good on you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my mom, my sister, and some of my cousins to donate to it. Hopefully they do.
Yeah, I mean if it doesn't get donated, that's okay.
You get your money back. Yeah, it was the experience.
It was the experience of making one and figuring out like how to, because I didn't realize how much work needed to go into it.
Yeah.
You really have to like lay it out, figure out what your goal is, and then the pledges of like what we're gonna be, selling, and how we're gonna present it, so we don't look like idiots and people understand what we're trying to say and what we're doing. So it was a lot, but we'll see.
I don't know what else to talk about game design wise. I have some things I want to talk about that aren't related to the team.
Alright, go.
Well, next week, November 18th, is the release date for Pokemon Sun and Moon for the 3DS. And I could not be more excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I love Pokemon. I grew up on it. I mean, for my birthday, I got Pokemon Yellow. I was one of those kids who got Yellow instead of Red or Blue.
No, I was the same kid.
And then I got Red version afterwards. There's a tragic story in there about me dropping my Game Boy into the Delaware River.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I finally beat Gary, and I was on my way to catching Mewtwo, and I was playing. My parents had a boat, and I was on the boat playing. I wanted to go walk over to the boat they were on, and slipped with the Game Boy in my hand as I was playing it, and it fell right into the water.
Oh my God.
Bounced off the deck of the boat and right into the water, and I lost it. We tried to get it back with a net, but there's no.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I figured that the game would be okay. The Game Boy wouldn't be, but the game would be okay. And I had a lot of progress on that, and completely lost all of my progress.
That sucks.
Yeah, and
That's awful.
The last time I had a Game Boy Color, and then I got a Game Boy Advance.
which I had for a while. I still have actually. Then I had an advanced SP, and I don't know what happened with that.
I didn't like the SPs. I got SPs like later on in life, and I felt like they didn't work as well as every other Nintendo system.
I don't think you could play, because that's when they started limiting how much backwards compatibility they had. I don't think you could play original Game Boy games on it. I know you could play Game Boy Color games on it.
I don't think you could either.
I just think they dropped the original Game Boy support. The Game Boy Advanced could play Game Boy Color, and then Game Boy Advance games. And then the DS came out, and I got the DS Lite, because I missed the first wave, and then the DS Lites came out. And I had one of those.
Do you remember DSi?
Yeah, that thing was kind of a failure. In the eyes of Nintendo, I don't think it did nearly as well as they expected.
Yeah, it was just like an improvement of the DS Lite, right? Was that after the DS Lite?
It was after the DS Lite, and instead of starting to make them smaller, they made them bigger. They made the DSi XL, and then they made the 3DS, which was uncomfortable for people with big hands like myself.
And uncomfortable for your eyes.
Uncomfortable for your eyes.
But now it's completely the new 3DS. I believe the 3D is so much better. Like, I play with the 3D on because I think it looks beautiful. Like playing Majora's Mask, and like when I first like opened it and like started playing, like the leaves were blowing everywhere and it like looked so beautiful. I'm like, the 3D is so much better.
I'm still waiting to get one. I figured I'm gonna pick up the Pokemon Sun and Moon one because it's like a black 3DS with like a silver etch.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Solgeo and Lunala. I think it's Lunala. Pokemon.
The
bat.
The bat.
Moon bat.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's Lunala. They released some. Well, like 2 weeks ago, they released the Final Evolutions for the starters.
Yes. Oh, who are you picking?
I'm going Rowlet. Rowlet's my favorite. The grass hole.
Yeah. The thing is, I never go with grass, but I think now's the time.
Now's the time because it's an owl. It has a little bow tie, and then it turns into like an archer.
And
awesome.
A
ghost grass, which is weird.
Which is, it's really interesting, but it's either that or the
cat.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I want to go with
like Poplio?
Yeah, because no one else
hated Poplio since the second I
saw
saw it.
Why? He looks so cute, or she, or whatever.
I hated Poplio's design the second I saw it.
Really? I think it's like so circus animal-ish.
I know.
I like it.
I don't like the circus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never been like a fan of circus themed things unless it's in like that creepy fashion. Like,
he can be creepy.
He can be creepy, but it's supposed to be like...
I know it's like a cutesy, like, not a dolphin.
Seal. Yeah, seal. It's a show seal, and then it turns into like a mermaid, which is...
Beautiful.
Beautiful and weird, because it goes from show seal to mermaid.
I love it. I think it's great.
I love Litten's Final Evolution. I can't remember its name. I think... Well, my favorite thing is, it's a muscular cat on 2 legs. That's move is I forget the name of it. I know it has Lariat in the move, which is, you've played Street Fighter ever, you'll know that one of Zangief's special moves is the Siberian Lariat, in which he does the same animation. It's the same animation, and I was like, oh my god, if I pick it, I'm gonna name it Zangief, and I'm gonna love it. And I read its Pokedex entry, which is like it will do anything to protect its trainer. Like,
really?
Yeah, like once you prove yourself to it, it'll do anything to protect you.
That's beautiful.
I liked the was it not Oranguru? That one's the orangutan. That was the one that had the tutor move or whatever, the instruct move.
You know, both monkeys have their moves are very related to like 2-player. Right.
The Passimian is the one that comes in Sun, and he's like a rugby player.
Yeah, I like the moon monkey better than the sun monkey.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like, I want the sun monkey because she's playing moon, and I was like, fine, then I want the Lycanroc or whatever it is, the werewolf one. The moon version of it looks so cool.
The moon versions of the Pokemon, I think, look so much better and cooler, and just overall, I just like it better. Like some of the sun versions, I'm like, but I'm still getting sun because
Solgea is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a giant flower lion.
Yeah, I love lions.
Yeah, so cute.
But I love Pissimian's Pokedex entry because it was like it'll only respect a trainer with good throwing form, and it will completely disobey you if you can't throw right. And I thought that's hilarious.
Sassy.
Someone drew a comic and it was like they had their Pissimian out and they were like, "All right, time to catch the Pokemon," and they throw it and the ball completely misses and the Pissimian just walks away. And then there's the Alolan forms,
which are all beautiful except Meowth and Persian. Persian looks like Garfield, and Meowth looks like an emo Meowth.
There was someone that made a post that was like at Nintendo headquarters, at Game Freak headquarters, and it was like, so we're gonna take Meowth and make him grayer. Did you say make him gayer?
Pretty much. Like he's too fabulous, and I'm not about it.
And then there's Dugtrio. The one
Oh
that
yeah,
people
the one
tend
with
to forget about.
Sia. You know, like how Sia, like that's what it reminds me of.
No, Hanson, the
Hanson.
band who made Mbop.
Oh.
That's what they
True.
totally look like Hanson.
There was something, I think it was probably on Tumblr, and it was like it was like a combination of Dugtrio, Executor, and I think it was like Persian, and it was like ridiculous. It was like Dugtrio's hair on Executor, and then like the eyeliner that Meowth has, and it was ridiculous. I'm like, this is too much. I like Is it Executor or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Executor, Alolan form, and people were confused why it's Grass Dragon, and I was like, the plant species for the tree that Alolan Executor has Draconis in the name. Because there's some plants, like specifically palm trees, are of like a certain genus or whatever in plant life that it has Draconis in the name, and that's why it's Plant Dragon, and it's hilarious, and I love it because it's a big coconut tree.
That's awesome. I love it. I think it's so like it's ridiculous, but also like and he's just bigger now and goofier.
And I mean, there's Alolan Sandshrew and Sandslash.
They're so pretty. And Vulpix and Ninetales.
Yeah, I love Alolan Vulpix and Ninetales. Ninetales is one of my favorite Pokemon.
It's so beautiful.
And the Vulpix I've always loved. The Ninetales, they're pure fire type, right? I always think they're ghost fire, but
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're
I
pure
just
fire
looked
type.
at how beautiful they were, and I'm like, yes.
I know that they can learn Will-O-Wisp, and that's like why I always think that they're ghost fire.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think it's a good way to bring back like the OG Pokemon, and like just like change, like it's beautiful. Like I think it's a great way because people are like, so many people are excited for Sun and Moon, and I'm excited because we haven't. When did X and Y come out? A little bit ago.
It came out like 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, so it's been like a little bit since we've had like a new Pokemon game.
I think it was like 2013, 2014. Because then 2015, I think, was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah.
So they do
right.
they do a Pokemon game about every year at this point. I think.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Yeah, well, it was every other year. It was every. I can't remember. I just know that I am so excited for my favorite Pokemon, which is the crab. That's a brawler. That's a boxer. That has a. Have you seen it?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, it's like Crab Brawler or something. I'll have to show him to you. But he has like his big claws that look like boxing gloves, and he has a black eye. It's really funny.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How have I not seen that?
Yeah, I really like him. And then there's like Silvally, was it Type Null's evolved form is really cool, which is interesting because it's a legendary. I don't know if it's a legendary or not, Type Null, but it looks like it is. I don't know.
It's funny. You like there's some Pokemon that looks like legendaries. You know what I mean? You're just like like.
And then they have like the legendary beasts or whatever, which are like those people that transform into Pokemon. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, what are they
There's
doing?
a lot going on, and then the Z moves.
Oh my
which
god,
are like
Snorlax Z move is hilarious.
I don't think I've seen. I've only seen. Oh, I only saw the Pikachu.
The one
video.
where
She just
throws the
yeah.
Pikachu away.
Bye.
Someone took the GIF from the Pokemon. I think it was one of the openings where Pikachu jumps into Ash's arm, and then they reverse the GIF, and it's just Ash going like that, like throwing Pikachu away with a smile, and it's the same thing. Eevee's was pretty funny.
Eevee's. What is Eevee's again? I saw it, but I don't.
He gets a boost from all the future evolutions. Like they all appear and they're all in like a pose.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
They're all posing and it's really funny.
It's fabulous.
Snorlax is as he wakes up and runs and like does a super jump and then drops onto the opponent and causes like a nuclear explosion from how heavy he is. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just they completely went off the wall with this,
which I think is great.
Yeah,
it's great. It's like it brings I feel like Pokemon's always been fun, but now it's just like silly and fun. And I love that it's islands.
Yeah.
Like I love the theme of it. That's like more tropical, and you go to like different islands, and there's what was it that they added? It's not like the Elite Four, it's something else.
It's like kahunas or something, I think.
Yeah.
Each island has a kahuna that you would battle.
Yeah.
That you would then get like a badge or something from them.
Yeah.
They're working on building the story is they're building a Pokemon League there as you're playing the game. Like they're in the process of building it. And Red and Blue are there.
Yeah, that's also very exciting that they're grown up now.
Mm-hmm. And everyone is shipping the crap out of them now.
Oh, they would make a cute couple.
And there's like fan art of grown up Red, and he's like, and all the fan art he's ripped for some reason.
Well, of course.
But like in his regular art, he just looks like an older version of Red, but everyone's drawn like huge muscles, like toned and everything.
I can only imagine like
That was fan waving at us through the door.
I can only imagine like how crazy people are going with Red and Blue. Like I don't want to know like the fan art that.
Oh, I stay away from it. I'm like, I don't want to see something that I can't unsee. I mean, I saw when there was a blog I used to follow on Tumblr that it was cool stuff, video game related stuff, and then as soon as Undertale came out, it was just non-stop fan art of Sans that was not okay. It was a lot of porn.
Yeah, you could say the word porn.
It was a lot, and I just could not stand seeing this every time I went on my dash, because it was not like once in a while, it was like 5 times a day. It would just constantly show up in my dash.
Was it? Oh my god. Did they draw it?
I don't know if they drew it or they found it, but they just really liked it, so they kept reblogging it or sharing it, and I'm just like, I don't want to see this anymore.
Like, I don't understand why people make, like, cartoon porn. Like with Adventure Time or, like, Steven Universe.
Steven Universe is one I would stray away from.
It's so bad, because, even if you look up Steven Universe, there's, like, all of them having sex, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay.
I mean, Overwatch had the biggest community of people making source filmmaker videos of the characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To the point where Blizzard started putting VMCAs out against people making it. But people, that didn't stop. People kept making it anyway. Because Rule 34 exists. If it exists, there's porn of it, and then Rule 35 is if there's no porn of it, there will be.
Oh, so, like, I don't get it. Like with, like, children's shows. Why?
Like Overwatch is fine, I think.
Yeah,
whatever. It's a team-rated game, and it has a bigger player base, of different age demographics. But at the same time, they're all like adult characters. You're not going to have kids more likely to see it. Mm-hmm. It's more like less. If you're looking for it, you're going to see it. But like any kid can go on Tumblr and look at Steven Universe and see.
This craziness.
This craziness. Or go on DeviantArt because they want to see fan art of the characters and see porn.
That's true. Overwatch, like, I don't really want to see it, but it's true. It's like you're gonna have an age group because most people that play Overwatch is like
older.
Yeah, maybe like a little bit younger than us, and then like above. Like I don't know any.
Overwatch is a huge player base. I was surprised when I saw but it's also one of the most diverse games, and it's not like shoehorned in diversity. It's like natural diversity.
Yeah, because of just how it is.
Yeah,
Just how it is.
Because it's a team of warriors. I mean, that's like how Street Fighter is. It's the world warrior. Every character is a stereotype of that area of the world.
Yeah,
how each area of the world perceives it. So like Ken is he's like a typical blonde, sun-bleached Californian.
And he likes pasta.
And he likes pasta. I don't know.
No, that's what I had on, is it Ken? I was recently playing Street Fighter 5, and it has, like, their likes. I was like, oh, he likes family and pasta.
Zangief is a giant Russian who wrestles bears in the woods.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, one of my favorite characters is, other than Zangief, one of my favorite characters is actually Juri Han from 4. I don't know if she's ever been put in the 5. Because she is South Korean, and she is the only character in Street Fighter that uses Taekwondo, and that's what I did back in the day when I did karate. I was a student of Taekwondo, and I hated it.
Aww.
But it was kind of cool because I'm like, oh, cool. But who's your favorite Overwatch character? Because I know mine is.
Overwatch. I love Diva.
Diva?
Forever.
Pharah. I love
Okay.
Pharah.
I tried playing Pharah, and she's just, like, too much. She's, like, way too much. Like, she's a lot. You know what I mean?
I love her, like, her background and everything, though, and I love that her mom is in the game, too.
Who's her mom?
Anna.
Oh, okay.
She's a support
I forgot about
sniper.
her.
Yeah, it's Farrah's mom. But
That's crazy.
Farrah, she's cool because, she's a war hero, and she fights for justice and everything, and she wears a robot suit, which is pretty cool.
She's the perfect superhero.
Exactly. Other than that, I would say, other than Winston, because I love Winston.
Really?
He's
You
a
love
gorilla.
Winston?
He's a gorilla.
I
and
hate
love him.
Winston.
I don't know who's on. McCree. I love McCree.
I don't like him. He's okay. He's just funny.
Someone made a post and it was like, so, like May was frozen for like 30 years, which is why she's still so young. Tracer is constantly phasing in and out of reality. Like all these reasons for characters to be the way they are, and then McCree just wants to be a cowboy. He just wants to be a cowboy.
He's just like Woody.
Yeah, but he has no reason other than that he wants to be a cowboy. And I also like Roadhog and Junkrat a lot.
Who is the one with the giant hammer?
Reinhardt?
Yeah, I like him because I have a giant shield and a giant hammer. Can't really go wrong. I do love Mercy though because she's
my favorite character.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Mercy.
She's in love with Mercy.
In Diablo, I was recently playing Diablo, and you could get Mercy wings with your character.
Yeah, you can if you got the Origins edition.
I was like, ooh, that is very cool.
I know you get a Winston pet in World of Warcraft.
Really, a pet?
Yeah, he'll follow you.
Like a monkey.
Yeah, like a little baby Winston.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so like
very cute.
So when he's short, when he's he's a little baby gorilla, it's him with glasses on and everything.
That's very cute. Yeah. So.
Overwatch.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we're close to the time. Any last thing you wanted to talk about while we're here?
Come to the game show.
Game show, yeah. This will actually come out before the game show.
So it'll be which auditorium?
Not the Sim.
It's the other one.
Connector Building.
The Connector Building Auditorium.
6 o'clock.
Be there by 6.
Be there by 6, if not earlier. This way you get to meet everyone from the team before the game show.
Yeah, you maybe get some autographs. Who knows?
We're superstars by then, which maybe after this convention we will be.
Who knows?
We should think about doing something like live streaming or something during the convention.
I live streamed during Geek Fest. I did a Facebook Live. Oh yeah, because you were
the only viewer.
You were the only viewer. I was so excited. I was like, oh, we have a viewer. I'm like, oh wait.
It's only Chris.
Not excited.
Yeah, because I was on break and I was just like, oh, Rebecca's live. Let me see. And it was just like you, and you're like, oh, we have a viewer, and you're like, it's Chris. Where are you? And you like typed in the chat. I'm like, I'm on break.
Yeah, no, we should definitely do that during New Jersey GamerCon. Go live again, because everyone gets a notification.
We should like vlog the weekend even if we end up staying there. If we end up staying there,
like the weekend. We could just vlog the entire weekend.
And we could have fan murdering Logan on camera. It'll be so great.
It could happen. You never know. Dreams do come true. Wait, what? Yeah, so come to New Jersey GamerCon. We're gonna try to get this out before that weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll advertise it.
The podcast will be totally not in order.
3 viewers that are not you and me.
Yep.
And Alyssa.
Yep.
I think we have 5 subscribers.
It's probably like me, Adam, you.
Alyssa, maybe if she has her own YouTube
I don't even
channel.
think she has her own YouTube. Well, she might because it's under like her Gmail. So
Maybe.
I don't know.
But for this week, this has been Chris
Rebecca
from the TJH Heroes podcast, signing off for the week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.